double-double of the season and her 32nd double-double of her career. Morgan Myers, 5 for 7 from outside in the first half. Ended up with 19 points, really didn't need much from Mo in the second half as Barton was just trying to milk the clock off of a really sluggish second half. But Mo finished up with 19 points and also 4 rebounds this evening. Cloud County shooting just 26% from the floor, went 5 for 20 from outside. Turned the ball over 14 times, had 14 points by Maimuna Sissoko. Then after that, it was really a struggle for Cloud County. Igirige had 7. Saponga eventually fouled out with 2:30 plus to go in the game. She had 5 points and 7 rebounds along with 5 assists. 6 points for Lily Smith and also Alize Rees, the second leading rebounder in the Jayhawk Conference. I feel like Jenny made a little bit of a statement here tonight. Rees number 2 in rebounding, Jenny number 1. Rees had 5 points, 7 rebounds. Jenny had 22 points and 15 rebounds. This looks like the grand march at the weddings here at the Kirkman Center in Great Bend as Barton's having their ceremony in between the games, celebrating diversity at the college. But all I can tell right now, it's a ring around the rosy effect as they continue to circle in athletes and children at the Kirkman Center are starting to fill the floor. And some touching prom music here in Great Bend as well as the festivities continue as Barton comes away with the win, but a little extra extended post-game show here at Barton as they celebrate diversity. How many people are going to squeeze out of the floor? That's going to be my question. On campus enrollment's a little under 400, in the dorms anyway, I should say. And it's mostly celebrating the athletes here in between the games. But there's just so many overseas players. You look at this Barton women's team, and Kazia Bertoni from Brazil, Rachel Emmanuel from Nigeria, Kim Woomsey from Cameroon. And Barton's always had that flavor from overseas, and that's just on the women's team. All 22 of these sports are represented down below us as they celebrate diversity here this Wednesday night in Great Bend. But my biggest question is, how many more can they circle around at the midcourt stripe? Because they're still coming out of the tunnel. They're still coming out on the baseline. That's got me the biggest question. I don't even know where they pulled some. I don't even know if some of these guys are students. You want into the game? We got free tickets here this Wednesday night. Barton taking on Cloud County as the Lady Cougars come away with the win. We do need to name our Empire Overhead Doors Player of the Game. Mo was the leading candidate early on with that 15-point performance. She ties a career high, or a new career high, with 5 3-pointers made, had 15 points in the first half, ended up with 19, but Kim Woomsey, just another one of those flashy stat lines. 22 points, 15 rebounds. Kim Woomsey, our player of the game, presented by Empire Overhead Doors. Call them and ask for a free estimate for a new Amar garage door. Looking at the other scores in the Jayhawk Conference, Pratt, they knocked off Colby tonight, 90-63. Dodge City and Butler going down to the wire, but Dodge looking like they're going to be able to hold on. Hutchinson, they had a slow start in the first half at Coffeyville, but they come back to knock off the Red Ravens. 68-63, Hutchinson picks up the win there in a top 5 matchup in the Jayhawk Conference. Dodge City, last check, they were leading Butler 61-55 with just under 3 minutes to go at the Dodge Dome. Independence, they led Cali 30-28 at halftime. And then Seward County had a big double-digit lead against Garden City late in the second half. It was Seward County on top, 74-58. And just a mob of people in the middle of the floor tonight as Trevor Rolfs continues to be the conductor this evening as he makes a spectacle this Wednesday night on a flashy in-between games performance, celebrating diversity. And it's just a ongoing delay between the second game here as the men are waiting to warm up for the second game of the doubleheader. But there's probably about 300 people out on the floor right now between student athletes and some young folks here in the crowd tonight. And now everybody's waving, everybody has smiles, everybody's just having a good time, just not playing basketball as the delay continues here in Great Bend. Post-game show presented to you by the Best Western Angus Inn. the city's most luxurious and affordable motel, and the best restaurant and banquet options. It's not basketball here in Great Bend, but we're going to try to get back to that. We'll take a break, come back, and start the pregame show of the men's game. Barton taking on Cloud County. You're listening on B104.3 The Point.
The Best Western Angus Inn in Great Bend is a perfect place to host your next event. They specialize in wedding dinners and receptions.